the first part of your transmission. I'm going to ask you again. I'm sorry.
My name is Kevin, Kilo Echo Victor India November. Kevin in Fairfield.
Got it, Kevin. I remember the call sign. I didn't remember the name. Sorry about that. Got you in here. Thank you.
Kilo November 6, Delta Uniform Kilo, Brian with an I, not a Y, portable in Woodland.
Hey, Brian, got you here.
This is Jerry, KD6WKY in Vacaville.
Snap, I doubled with you, Vacaville. Go ahead again.
Sorry about that. This is Mike here in Vacaville, WG5EEK.
Jerry in Vacaville, KD6WKY.
Jerry and Mike, I got you both down.
This is Glenn, Kilo Mike 6, Bravo Juliet Delta in Sisson City.
6 Bravo Juliet Delta. What was your name again?
Glenn in Sisson City.
Got you down. Thanks for the check-in.
This is KM6 YKN, and I'm Dave in Davis.
Dave, got you checked in. Is there any other check-ins at this time?
KM6, MRU, Chris here in Benicia.
Bob from Vallejo.
Hey, Chris, I got you in here. And Bob, what was your call sign?
Kilo 6, Fox, Zebra, Unicorn.
Got you in here, Bob. Thank you. Okay, last call for check-ins. Anybody else want to pop in there? Okay, I didn't hear Rodney come in with any website updates. Is there anybody that has any updates on our website at this point?
W6CRP. I was on there recently and hadn't seen any new posts. I just posted that we were moving the net to 7 o'clock on Wednesdays. Did that last week or so, and I haven't seen any other activity since then.
Thank you for the update on that, Carlos. This is KN6DAL Anti-Net Control. Is Derek around for a Facebook update?
This is Kilo 6. Can you hear me from the garage?
Lots of background noise, but you are making it into the repeater, Derek.
I'm not sure if you can hear me or not. This is K6 Delta Juliet Victor. Maybe I am making it through, but I'm very weak because I'm in the garage.
Making it in, Derek. It is pretty weak. There's a lot of background noise, but you are full copy.
I won't say much, but I am listening.
So I'll take the Facebook page. We are up to 70 members on the Facebook page, which is pretty cool. I know that Derek posted a note that we had reached 100 members on YouTube watching those videos. So thanks for all your hard work on that, Derek. And yeah, anybody have anything else to add?
Very welcome from the garage, and I'm transitioning to the inside unit, so you should be able to hear me better in a bit. K6DJB.
Signal seems to get better and better as you keep talking. Anyway, is there any DX plans or reports? Anybody want to report any DXing adventures you had in the last couple weeks around Christmas time, or anything that you're planning in the future?
And 6CHE.
6EAG. I don't think I got you checked in. What was your name?
The name is John, N6CHE.
N6CHE. John, go ahead.
Oh, I tried to make some contacts. I was in Southern California about a week and a half ago, and went up to a mountaintop that's above Pasadena, and made some contacts up there. I was up to about 5,000. I think it's about a 5,700 foot peak that overlooks Pasadena. So had lots of fun. Wasn't there very long, but just wanted to report that.
Was that a hiking hilltop or a drive up?
I don't hike. Yeah, it was a drive up. Can't think of the mountaintop right there. It was the first time I'd been up there, but I might have posted something about it in Derek's group.
Like that, a laugh and I don't hike. You know, you can always lie about it. Nobody's going to know the difference, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, it was a really long hike all day.
Thanks for the update, John. Anybody else have any plans to do any DXing or any reports?
KD6WKY, Jerry.
Jerry?
Okay, well, I'm on HF every day. I DX every day. I've reached finally gotten to, it's actually 102, but I've exceeded 100 confirmed contacts on the 80 meter band. So now I have DXCC on 8 bands, 80 meters through 10 meters. I'm at 307 entities for DXCC, trying to get to the honor roll. You need 331, so I've got a ways to go there. But I just picked up the other morning on the 80 meter band the island of Ogasawara out there east of Japan, so moving things along pretty well. CW mostly, some FT8.
Awesome, Jerry. What's your setup when you reach that island?
On the 80 meter band, I'm working off of a dipole. I have an Alpha Delta 80 meter, 40 meter dipole, and I had an amplifier on at 300 watts. And in that particular contact, that one was FT8. Came back to me right away.
Congratulations on the awards there, and good luck on your pursuit of the other ones.
Well, I've been doing this 30 years, so yeah, it's a marathon. So just get on the air and see who's out there every day. That's all you can do. Back to you.
Wish I had every day to play HF. I usually get on, once or twice a week and try to make a contact or two, but every day is sometimes a little challenging for me. But yeah, it is a marathon. You're absolutely right. We can't learn and grow and do it all in one day, but slowly but surely we get. Hey, this is KN60AL. Is there anybody else that wants to give any plans or reports on any DXing activity?
Hey Nick, KM6FAK here.
Jason, what's going on?
Hey, I know a lot of us were throwing around the idea about January 25th. So that is a winter field day, kicking off Saturday at 11. We don't really have a time or a location, but I think a lot of people were maybe thinking the Mount Diablo would be fun. Somewhere there, again, we don't have any details ironed out, but January 25th, put that on your calendar for winter field day.
Note that, and I think you had posted some kind of link on the Facebook page, and I'll see if we can get that posted on the website as well, and maybe over the next couple weeks put something together.
Yeah, very cool. I think it'd be a lot of fun. A lot of us either have met or haven't met, but I think we all have been working on different antennas and HF setups, or for that matter, 2-meter stuff as well. It's going to be all bands.
All right. So when I unkey, I'm getting a little bit of feedback from what sounds like a weather station. Does anybody else hear that?
Not hearing it on this end. It's sounding clean.
Yeah, W1FRD, I'm not hearing it here. Funny thing is my HT in the bedroom wouldn't even work.
Negative in Woodland.
That was really interesting. It sounded like it was one of those weather report stations from a higher frequency, but it seemed to be popping on. So I don't know. We'll see how that transpires as we move forward. So are there any 2-meter crew planned events? Does anybody have anything going on that they want to share?
Info.
Go ahead, info.
Your thing on the 25th, there's Quartz Fest that goes from the 19th to the 26th, which is going to probably overlap some of the people that are going to be gone.
That's what Quartz Fest is.
I didn't know. I thought everybody knew what Quartz Fest was.
Is that Cord Fest, like everyone go out and chops wood? KD6WKY. Hello, Jim.
They go out there and hunt down quartz crystals for low-powered crystal control transmitters. No, not really. Quartz Fest is the 19th through the 26th. It's held by NOA down there from Southern California, and it's located out on the BLM desert land just to the east of Blythe. And so it's mainly camping and RVs with a whole lot of radio stuff. If you go to quartzfest.org, you will, or com, whichever it is, you'll be able to pull down the top menu for their activities, and you'll see exactly what it is.
Interesting. Thanks for that info. I'll have to look into that because I've never heard of it or investigated it before. But I am fairly new to California and to ham radio, so there's a lot of learning, and that's how you learn.
There's a bunch of other things going on at the same time. There's a rock and mineral show there in Quartzsite, as well as an RV show, as well as there's other camper groups that are there too. And it's all free on the BLM land. And they have car tent camping. So, you know, don't be afraid to grab the tent, or if you want, stay in the car and go camping out there with the rest of them. They do have, like I say, a lot of activities that go on for both ham radio as well as for the XYLs and others. They have a lot of activities, including, you know, genealogy and stargazing and stuff like that.
I appreciate the info, and for anybody else that's interested, that's going to be quartzfest.com. You can look into that, or you can join in on Field Day on the 25th, and we can overrun them.
On the Field Day, this is W6 CRP. I did like the Mount Diablo idea, just because it would give folks an opportunity who just wanted to run up there and hang out for the day and not spend the night. Although I think I understood from Jason that there were campgrounds up there also for those that want to camp, stay all night.
Together and iron out some details on that and see how we can make that work. But until then, I'm going to cycle back through all of the check-ins and give everybody a chance to speak. When I give your call sign out, you're welcome to come forward and just let us know how your week in ham radio was, anything interesting new, maybe what you got for Christmas, if Santa left anything for you. So we will start with Carlos, W6CRP.
Well, I didn't get anything ham-related interesting for Christmas. I kind of bought several radios here recently. So I did get the ICOM mounted into the truck here and been enjoying that, having a real radio in the truck with 50 watts and pretty good receiving. So that's been working out well. And other than that, I recently put the Diamond X300 antenna up at the cabin. So when I'm up there, got a little home base now with just 2-meter capability. But I can hit this repeater pretty clearly from up there. So that's working out. I just have a deep cycle battery, Yaesu 2870, I think it is, or 2830. The 2-meter 80-watt rig, and that Diamond X300 antenna, so that seems to be working pretty well. And that's what I've been up to.
Well, thanks for checking in tonight. Next up, we've got Jason, KM6FAK.
All right. How's my audio levels? I'm over here messing around with some knobs. Am I loud enough?
Full quiet, coming in loud.
Yeah, I need to turn down my mixing board input when I talk. Otherwise, it'll pick up shack stuff, because I'm live streaming this into our Facebook group and our GroupMe for people to either later check it out or check it out now. But yeah, along with that, for me, what's new is WebSDR. It's been on my mind for a while. And another guy, Mike in the club, WG5EK, he's been into it for quite a while. And matter of fact, he's going to be doing a presentation on it at our next club meeting here in Vacaville. But anyways, way cool stuff. I got one coming in the mail. And then that'll allow me to mess around with WebSDR for what I'm doing now. Because right now I'm just recording the front of my camera. With a camera, I'm recording the front of the radio. And that's then live streaming to the Facebook. It's live streaming to YouTube, but I put it there on the GroupMe and then the Facebook. And I don't know, pretty interesting. I think I'm struggling with internet speeds is probably the worst off. But and then circling back, yeah, Winter Field Day, I think it'd be way fun. A simple day trip could really all we need. Head up, 8, 9-ish Mount Diablo and stay until it gets dark, or I'm not sure whenever they kick us off that general area, KM6 FAK. Back to you, Nick.
Hey, thanks for that, Jason. And yeah, I'm interested in hearing a little bit more at some point about the WebSDR thing. I have utilized the live stream that you've put together a couple of times to hear the Antinet when I wasn't available and go back and listen to it. So I appreciate your commitment at that level. It's a pretty cool feature, and it's interesting to hear yourself talk sometimes. So when I am on, but anyhow, thank you so much for checking in. Then we've got Kevin in 6VLF in Fairfield.
Well, good evening, guys. Hope everybody had a great Christmas, a wonderful holiday season, and just wanted to add to what Jason said about a week from tomorrow, the second Thursday of the month at 7 o'clock at the Nuttry Airport. Our club meeting is that night, and everybody's welcome. You do not have to be a member of the club. You do not have to join the club to come check it out. Just come and hang out if you like. And one of our members will be demonstrating the SDR equipment with his laptop, and we'll put it up on the big screen. It's going to be pretty dang cool, I think. And that'd be awesome. And also, I think the January 25th Winter Field Day sounds really interesting. I just looked at my calendar, and I think I'm off that day. And I would be interested in knowing from you gentlemen that are organizing it, what would different people be bringing, so that we would, say for example, I coordinated with Jason, I came up with him, and he helped me do some stuff. I wouldn't be doing things that would be duplicating what other people are doing. That way maybe I could bring something that might actually be useful, or if there's enough gear, just come up and hang out. Either way works for me. Sounds really fun. Back to our coordinator in 6VLF.
Thank you very much, Kevin. And yeah, that's a great question. My guess would be that a lot of people are going to be aimed more towards 2-meter simplex stuff, and it would be really cool to get something HF related to get into the lower bands and see what we could do with a low noise floor. And I would anticipate there would be less of that out there, so that might be something to consider. But I'll get with Carlos and everybody maybe after the net at some point, and we'll discuss kind of what everybody's plans are. But yeah, thanks for that inquiry, and thanks for checking in. Next up, we've got Brian, KN6DVK.
Well, good afternoon, or good evening, rather. Wow. To you and to the rest of the net, KN6DUK. Well, under my tree, I found a Yaesu FT818 portable little QRP 6-watt machine, which I'm currently using, holding in my hand, plugged into the wall, given the battery is about to die, with the stock rubber ducky antenna inside my bedroom. And this thing works wonders, where I can hit a repeater, the Mount Diablo repeater, that's about 55 miles away from inside my bedroom, but I can't hit a repeater that's in UC Davis, which is about 10 miles away, for whatever reason. But anywho, for anybody who may be watching the live stream on Facebook, for targeting any newer ham members or any members wanting to get their license, I highly recommend the net that comes on here every Wednesday, 7 o'clock, 1900 hours. Everybody so far that I've met on ham radio, as I am newly licensed myself, going back in August, has been nothing but genuine, generous, nice people. And everybody will find that out. I've not met one single GOM, aka grumpy old man. But anywho, KM6DUK, I'll be checking out. Happy New Year's to the rest of the net and to Net Control, and 73.
Brian, thanks a lot for your check-in, and congratulations on your new radio. Next up, we have Mike, WG5EEK.
Hello, everybody. Yep, I'm the guy, WG5EK, that's going to be doing the demonstration and informational presentation at the club meeting at Vetri Airport about WebSDR, about local SDR, and all sorts of stuff, portable, laptop, you name it. We're going to have some fun demonstrating some software that's free to use and somewhat complicated to set up, but not once you know what you're doing, and I'll have a nice PowerPoint to go with it. And yeah, come out if you want to see it. Eventually, it'll probably be on the Ham Radio TV YouTube channel that Jason puts together. And yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting you guys either there, or if you guys come out to the field day, I'm looking forward to that too. It'll be my first one. What I got for Christmas, let me let it drop. I got a Bearcat unit and scanner. It's pretty nice. You program it with your zip code, and it's got the entire radio reference database built into an SD card, and it's upgradable, all that fun stuff. It can do some digital receiving, etc. It's pretty cool. It's not the latest and greatest that they have, but it's still upgradable. They're still supporting it. So it's the BCD 436 HP Home Patrol, the portable one. And that's really all I got. Back to you. Happy New Year.
Thanks, Mike, for the check-in. Next up, we have Jerry, KD6WKY.
Hey, thanks very much. Okay, so far I think this is a pretty good net. I've never checked in before. But you're asking what I've done in the last week, so I added it up. Keep in mind I participated in the Radio Amateurs of Canada Winter Contest from 4 p.m. Friday to 4 p.m. Saturday, off and on. And so I logged 175 CW contacts in that contest on the 80-meter band, the 40-meter band, and the 20-meter band. Overall, in the log, there's 175 more contacts than there were a week ago. So a little busier week than usual. It's not normally that many, but when you have a contest, you try to work as many people as you can. And then, just so you know, I'm the president and trustee of the N6GK Solano Amateur Radio Club. Our focus is amateur radio license testing, DXing, and contesting. So I facilitate a test in my Fairfield office twice a year. We just did one in December. We'll do it again the first Saturday of June. So as we get closer, I'll remind you, we've got that availability coming up. So that's it. Back to you.
Forget Straight Key Night, Jerry, that you were on.
Yeah, that's true. Straight Key Night was last night. That's an evening where a lot of people get out there, a lot of vintage gear actually. I didn't do that, but I made a couple of straight key contacts. You do some rag chewing. You don't just go in and name, signal report, and that stuff. So I was each of the two contacts. I was on for about 20 minutes on each one. It was a lot of fun. So I don't do my straight key very much anymore. It's mostly the paddle or the computer, but I can still read it pretty quickly. Thanks, GM. All right. Back to you, Net Control.
All right, thanks for that, Jerry. And next up we have, I did not catch your name, I'm sorry, it was KM6BJD. Okay, didn't stick around. Next up we have Dave, KM6YKN. Chris, KM6MRU, I believe.
A Happy New Year to everybody out there. Just wanted to mention I finally got around to watching some of the YouTubes that Derek is putting together, and they are pretty good. I especially like that one where he is assembling his 10-element Yagi there. That's pretty good. Anyway, I didn't get too much for Christmas. I have been playing around with a short little dual band antenna. It's a mag mount antenna. It's about 8 inches long. Obviously not great, but it seems to be pretty good for around here on the repeaters, so I'm checking it out. That's about all I've got. Thank you, Nick, for doing the net. Once again, this is Chris, KM6MRU. Back to you.
All right, thanks for your check-in, Chris. Next up, we have Bob. I think it is K6FZU. I can't even read my own handwriting. Sorry. Sounds like Bob wasn't there to hear me butcher his call sign. Next up, we have Derek, K6DJV. John, N6CHE. And Jerry, KD6WKY.
Hey, this is Jerry again, KD6WKY. Happy New Year.
I had you on there twice. See, I'm blowing it up. I don't know what to do. Is there any late check-ins?
Good evening, Nick. Sorry you didn't hear me earlier. KN6BXX Michael Carmichael, doing a good job on the net tonight.
Michael, I got you checked in here. You have anything you want to add? How was your week? How was your holiday? Anything special ham-related under the tree?
Related? Not at all, but it was a good holiday. Of course, family last week, brunch, and early afternoon back to my brother's and in the same neighborhood as my mom's for prime rib dinner. And then, of course, being meat and seafood delivery gets to be busy, and yesterday was no exception. Delivering 360 mile round trip from Vacaville all the way up to Redwood, what was that name? North of Ukiah, then back home. 360-mile round trip. So, things are winding down just a little bit. But, yeah, it was a good week so far, and Hammer has been great, and you guys are doing a good job. And, hey, one quick question about field day. It sounds like if Jason and the rest of the VVR crew is going to be, are you guys going to be doing any simplexing at all on 2 meters?
That one, Jason?
What was that?
A question related to field day as far as like what the purpose was. So I've never personally been a part of a field day before, so I figured that you might be more available to answer this question.
Okay, yes. Sorry, I was walking around there. KM6FAK. Well, this is like the summer field day. That summer field day is put on by the ARL. This is not. This is another organization, but pretty much very similar rules and idea in that you take any gear you might have, all your gear, some of your gear, and you get out into a field, and essentially you simulate operating it there in the field completely unplugged. You're without, internet, shore power, all that jazz. So it gets really neat to get creative and using battery and solar, see how, long you can run, what kind of power you can run, as well as building antennas. So many different ways to configure on whatever band you might want to operate on. And yeah, just a great time. It's a lot of fun when you get a bunch of people out there and everyone gets to kind of check out what everyone has, or maybe, everyone has different ideas. Different 2-meter folks out there as well. I mean, it always helps when there is an event to stir up the propagation. But yeah, so it should be good. KM6 FAK.
Thanks for that, Jason. Did that help you out, Michael?
A little bit, yeah. I did kind of help out with the wrap-up of my North Hills Radio Club field day last year over at the Davis Ranch fruit stand, vegetable stand, and slough house near Rancho Murrieta, east of Sacramento. But I may not participate directly, but if you guys do any simplexing on the field day, I'll keep my ears on for sure for my home base on the 25th.
Thanks for the check-in, Michael. Are there any other late check-ins or missed check-ins that would like to speak?
W1FRD, Fred here in Fairfield. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Nick. I need to check in.
There, Fred. Tell us a little bit about your holidays and how the week went.
Well, no ham radio gifts under the tree. My brother gave me a radio to use, and found out that the battery for the memory we're not working anymore, so I ordered one of those. So fixed my ICOM speaker in my handheld, but I share most all that on GroupMe.
Well, thanks for checking in, Fred. And this is KN6DAL, Nick in Roseville. Are there? I'll take one last call. Is there any other late check-ins or anyone that we missed that would like to check in? Like we had a station there that wasn't quite making it. You want to try one more time? All right, well, moving on. Now I'm going to open it up for anybody that wants to talk about anything. If they have any tech support-related questions, there may be somebody here that has a little bit more experience that could answer those questions for you. If you have anything that you want to discuss or any topics that you're interested in, feel free to come now.
N6VLF.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm just curious. I've been listening to the chatter on the radio, and it sounds like several people, I think anyways, from the 2-meter crew, and at least 2 or 3 people, maybe more, probably more, from the radio club have acquired the Nano VNA, the little $49, anywhere from $49 to $80, depending on what you got, and they sound really interesting. So I was just curious how many people listening have one, and if anybody would be interested in getting together and we can all just kind of learn from each other. We're most likely the club, not this month, maybe next month, we're tossing it around, have a night where we invite everybody to bring them, and then we'll have 1 or 2 people share what they've done and what they've learned, and then we're just going to like open it up, kind of close the meeting and let everybody play with their with the test stuff. And we'll probably have that night we do it, we'll probably have most likely a rig expert and probably something a little more sophisticated than that to show people the difference between, A, B, and C. But tell you what, for the money, those things are really, really, really quite useful. Anyways, I'm just curious if anybody else got them, and if they're interested in hanging out and playing with them together and learning from each other and just having fun. That's pretty much what was on my mind. N6VLF.
Right, thanks for that, Kevin. You know, that's actually an interesting topic because I've looked at those and watched a couple videos on people using them and stuff, and it seems almost like a too good to be true piece of technology, but I've heard reports that they work rather well, and so I'd be interested in hearing a little bit more from somebody that actually has one. Is there anybody on here that has a Nano VNA or has used one? I'm going to take that as a strong no, Kevin. But if you wouldn't mind maybe explaining to some of the other people, you're probably going to be better at doing it than I am, as to exactly what that is, how it works, and why it's useful to ham radio. Could you do that for us, maybe?
Yeah, the short version is a Nano VNA. It's nano, meaning small. VNA means vector network analyzer. So it has one directional coupler built into it, which is just basically your handheld MFJ, 259, 269, or your Comet, I forgot the number, but something 500. They're all very similar. They're all antenna analyzers, but typically they have analog meters on them and a little digital readout for the frequency. Well, the handheld Nano VNA is more than that. It does a graphical display. It'll show you, for example, if you want to, ham radio guys are always playing with their antennas. Let me let it drop. So you can set the frequency range. So let's say we're going to do 2 meters because we're the 2 meter crew. So we set the range from 140 megahertz to 150 megahertz. And then it will sweep that, and it will give you a pip on the screen, and it will show you what the SWR is, or you can set it to show you what the return loss is. And that's the kind of stuff we'll talk about when we get together, but it'll give you an idea of what it looks like. It also comes with a basic cable kit, very basic cable kit, and it also comes with a very handy calibration. It comes with the open, a short, and a 50 ohm load, and the instructions to show you how to put a piece of cable on it. Use those devices to calibrate your unit so that you can test your antennas and things of that nature. Now, if you want to get more complicated, it also does a Smith chart, so you can look at your Smith chart and see where your device under test falls on the Smith chart, whether it's more reactive in the capacitive direction or the inductive direction, or how close it is to being pure R, and what the phase angle is. It'll do that for you. It also is a 2-port device, so you can check filters. So you can put one in to the input and the other one to the output, and it'll plot the response of a filter. Now, with that said, it does 100 points. So it doesn't matter if it's set from 140 megs to 50 megs, it'll plot 100 points. Or if you have it from 100 megs to 600 megs, it still only plots 100 points. So you've got to get used to narrowing in, getting your frequency range of the device in our test got to be narrower and narrower till you get it down to where you want it to be to get it more accurate. So the reality of it is, it's pretty fun to play with. It is useful, and if you buy one for $49, I think it's certainly worth it. I bought the one for $79, and the sole purpose is it was what they call the upgraded version. They didn't say 2, but it's the upgraded version, upgraded firmware, internal battery, and it comes in a case. The $49 ones, you got to make sure they got the battery, and they do not have a protective case around them. So you pay the extra $20, you get the battery in the case. So there you go. Kind of a cool antenna analyzer that's almost too good to be true. with a whole bunch of cool features that you typically wouldn't get on some of the other stuff. Oh, by the way, it'll connect to your phone, and you can also connect it to your computer if you choose to go on the internet and search out that information and do it. It's kind of cool. Anyways, just thought we might see who's got one. 'Cause I keep hearing people talk about it, so I thought we might all get together at the clubhouse or somebody's garage and go, hey, this is what I do with it, and then people can learn from other people. N6VLF.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. It's W6CRP. And I don't own one, but I'd be interested. Maybe buying one and showing up to a meeting like that so we could learn how to use them.
Thank you very much, Kevin. You definitely explained that better than I would have been able to. I understand the idea behind them, but it sounds like you have a little bit more in-depth knowledge on that. And Carlos, you're absolutely right. This is a tool that it kind of screams at me as something that's not only affordable but very, very useful for people that are interested in, building their own antennas and really diving into some different technical aspects. So thanks for that description, Kevin.
Gives you a graphic representation of what people talk about all the time.
Gab, that was a big-time double, and I heard most of what you said, Nick, and I think you were in the background behind it, Kevin.
Okay, you guys take. I need to get my new nuclear-powered 2-meter amplifier. It's on order. You guys go ahead. N6VLF.
Sorry about that, Kevin. I was just saying thank you, and that was a really good description of that tool, and it could be extremely useful if we all get together and learn how to use all of its features. It sounds pretty in-depth. So thanks again. And anybody have anything else to add on the Nano VNA, or maybe somebody that chimed in or listened in that may have one?
W1FRD here, Fred. I'm looking on Amazon right now, thinking of ordering one. I've been looking at two myself for the last couple of weeks.
So everybody knows, let me make sure I got it. They're super cool, they're fun to play with, but I'm going to go on a limb here and say they're probably not as rugged or as stout as like the MFJ or the Rig Expert or the Comet or something, I mean, I've actually seen, one of my friends actually, he bought a MFJ that somebody had in a very high RF environment and toasted the two protection diodes in the front of it. And so the VNA, for example, probably wouldn't be a good idea to bring it to field day when there's 8 or 9 transmitters out there cranking whatever we're cranking, and you hook it to an antenna and accidentally blow it up. It's to use at home and in your garage and for your experiments and learn, and because it does a lot. Matter of fact, you guys should check it out on YouTube. There's a couple of guys that have some really good tutorials that go into a ton of stuff that we didn't even talk about tonight, which watch the video if it interests you.
And also, Nick, looks like I got it. KM6FAK, I believe his name is Mark, KN6CWX in Sebastopol, is watching live, and he reports he has one and really enjoys it. Now, he also said he's having some issues hitting this repeater from Sebastopol, so he says he's going to work on that soon, but just kind of thought that was neat. Had some third-party traffic. Back to you, KM6FAK.
We doubled a little bit there, Jason, but it sounds like Rod made contact with you, and he's working on getting into the repeater at some point.
No, it wasn't Rod. Another guy, Mark, KN6CWX, but lives right there. Sounds like in the same area. Maybe they can get together.
To hook up and have an anti-net party, right?
I have a question, WB6WYF, who just got here late. Mike in Vacaville.
Mike, I think it was WB6WYF, if I got that correct. Go ahead.
He did. I was just looking at the VNA on Amazon too, and I just wondered which one he was talking about.
Give me 1 second. I'll look it up and I'll give you the exact.
While we're looking into that, yeah, I got a couple of Amazon gift cards for Christmas. I may have to add those up and see where we're at as far as Nano VNA goes. You guys all got me jumping on Amazon now too. KN6DAL for ID. Do we have any other tech support questions or any questions in general on amateur radio or any comments anybody would like to make?
I got a comment. W6CRP.
Carlos.
Yeah, just going back to field day, I do think Kevin made a good point that if we're going to do this, we have to start gathering up the names and then kind of see who's going to bring what. We probably all don't want to get up there and everybody's on 2 meter. And if somebody's bringing quite a bit of gear for HF, we may have parts we need to build a good station up there. So right now I've got KM6FAK interested, N6 VLF, and WG5EEK were the interested parties. You can put my name down on there too. And start gathering those names, I think, to see who might want to make a day trip out of it.
Yeah, copy that, Carlos. So I'm also interested, so we can put my name down. So right now we've got 5 people. Is there anyone that wants to chime in and maybe tentatively commit to the 25th for field day?
W1FRD, Fred here. I'm kind of interested in the field day. I just have to figure out if I can get the day off from work, because I usually work on Saturday.
I'll put your name down. That way we can get you involved in the communication group, however that ends up unfolding.
Yep, sounds good. I got it here.
Okay, I found what I bought on Amazon, if you guys are ready.
Kevin.
I'm going to spell it for you. It's called Upgraded, and the key word is AURSINC. Upgraded Vector Network Analyzer. It's $79.99. Of course, it's free delivery. Has the battery, has the case, comes with the little box to put it in, the cables, and this one has the upgraded firmware already on it. Matter of fact, right here, measurement range, and it has a 300 and 900 megahertz firmware already enabled, and it has the upgraded USB Type-C communications on the top for your phone. And yeah, but make sure you get that, type that in there, that other part, because that's the key. It's $79.99, and it's spelled AURSINC. Has a ton of rave reviews, 5-star rating, and a bunch of people say they love it. So there you go, N6VLF.
Kevin, WB6WYF. said thank you for the info. WB6WIF.
You're welcome. Good luck, guys.
All right, well, I'm going to give it one last round for any questions or comments anybody would like to make before we close the net.
KD6KND, just calling. Been listening to you guys. Curious where you guys are located.
All kind of span the region, to be honest with you. We've got operators here from Walnut Creek, Vacaville, Fairfield, Woodland, Roseville, Carmichael, all over the area. Where's your location? This was KD6KNV, correct?
Kilo Delta 6, Kilo November Delta. Yeah, I'm in Oakland Hills. I'm a member of a couple of clubs, but I was just scanning tonight, and I had some interesting conversations, so I was just curious and looked up the repeater. It looks like I picked it up. And, yeah, what club are you guys affiliated with?
The 2-meter crew anti-net, and we're not actually affiliated with any club. We're just a group of people that are ham radio enthusiasts, and we get together here every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock on the VVR repeater to just have kind of an open forum discussion about all kinds of different things ham-related. It's open to everybody. You're welcome to jump in and chime in with your comments anytime you'd like.
Yeah, well, it was very interesting. I listened to a lot of check-ins that, I just check in, and, I like learning a little bit, too, and I'm interested in getting into some digital modes on HF, so if anyone knows something about that, I'm trying to figure that out.
Well, you've actually came to the right place. Is there anybody out there that is a digital mode enthusiast that cares to chime in?
Yeah, I can help out a little bit. I've, about a year ago, got a radio that plugs in via USB, and that allows me to utilize my computer and use the program WSJTX for some FT8. And that is about as far as I've went with FT8. Are you looking to do that, or what other modes maybe?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out I was able to get FT8 loaded on a PC, but I usually use a Mac, and so I've struggled with that, and I'd like to also get FL Digi on my Mac, and I just can't get things to work, so I'm going crazy with all that.
Yes, I get it. I also enjoy using a Mac. It is doable. There's a couple videos out there, but unfortunately, I didn't find one video that solved all my problems. Couple videos will help you out with the settings of your radios, and then utilizing the WSJTX. That's pretty straightforward. And for me, then my next hurdle was the radio just wasn't putting out any kind of power. Looking at my power meter, SWR meter. And what I kind of came to figure out is the Mac sound card wasn't playing very nice. And I can't really tell you what I did to fix it, but I did restart it, and I did toggle it a few times. You do have to download some audio virtual drivers, so the Mac knows what it means to spit out the audio digital via its through a USB type connection. So it's a little much, quite honestly, to break it all down here. If you have a specific question, maybe I can help you, but it is doable. Bring lots of patience, and it's very achievable. KM6FAK.
All right, thanks. I'll be trying. I'm working on taking my extra exam in a couple of weeks, so I'm not going to work on it till after that. But then I'm going to try again, and I'll get back, and if I can't figure it out with a little bit of hair I got left, then I'll probably give you guys a shot again.
All right, very cool. Yeah, I think a lot of times it's just, is the computer understanding it needs to output sound through the USB channel, and that's both the input and the output. That was something I had to go in and select. And before I could do that, I had to download some virtual stuff because the Mac doesn't really use drivers, so you've got to kind of fake it. But maybe if you've got a PC somewhere, try that first, and then try to tackle the Mac thing. Also, depending if it's a brand new operating system, that could give you additional hurdles as well. I've been kind of slow to update my Macs, only because they give me heck when playing ham radio.
All right, thanks. Yeah, I tried an old PC and it causes so much RFI that I gave up on it, and I was able to get the WJSTX to work on that, but not the FL Digi. I don't know. I'll work on it later. Anyhow, thanks. This is Rick, KD6 KND.
All right, very cool. Well, come find us here on a Wednesday, and we can talk more. This is Jason, KM6FAK, Vacaville.
Thanks, Rick, for chiming in there. Is there anybody else that has anything else to add before we close?
Yeah, well, now that was brought up, this is WB6WYF again. Anybody know a good 2-meter frequency for digital work?
Now, I don't. I have not used it, but just looking at the band plan, I believe it's digital is all the way at the bottom of 2 meters.
It's listed there, but I've yet to find anything that resembles something I can decode. I just wondered if there was another spot for it other than just down at the lower end.
Right, okay. You know, that might be something that becomes active more on a contest or a field day scenario, so we'll have to look for that when we go up to the mountain.
Thank you. I've made myself a pain tonight. I'm sorry. WB6WYF. I'll just sit here and listen.
CW only from 144 to 144.1, and then anything else within the 2-meter band is open to use for digital modes.
W1FRD, Fred here. Yeah, Jason, you're correct. With those digital modes, that's usually when you hear traffic as a contest days. And I also want to report I got myself a Christmas gift in order to that upgraded VNA.
We got somebody to bite. That's great. I'm gonna go in a little bit later tonight and maybe look and see what I can do about ordering one. But definitely next week. It sounds like you'll probably get that in a couple days there, Fred, and let us know what happens.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know. I'll probably put it on the group meet.
All right, well, this is KN6DAL, Nick from Roseville. Thank you for letting me be the Antinet coordinator tonight, and I'm going to go ahead and close it out. If anybody has any questions or anything like that, feel free to ask after the net. I'm sure there will still be some people on. Thanks again to the W6VVR repeater and the Vac Valley Radio Club for allowing the use of this for our Antinet. And we will meet again next Wednesday at 7 p.m. and same place. So thanks again. You guys have yourself a great evening. 73's KN6DAL clear.
Hey, Nick, thanks for running the net, and really good net. Good job.
Yes, excellent job. It probably helped a lot of us didn't work today.
KN6BXX back at you, Nick. Thanks again for doing the net, and I hope you enjoy your vacation before you go back to your tire shop job. Yeah, great to have this net here. We'll hope to do it. We're looking forward to doing it again next week.
all have a great night. I'm going to go in and start doing some research on the Nano VNA because I'm getting all excited about it. Fred already pulled the trigger. We all need to get one and start comparing notes.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, that does look cool. I definitely looked at it as well. Comes with a way neat screen. And yeah, hopefully I get my little SDR this weekend, and as long as work and everything behaves itself, next Wednesday's stream, it'll look different with an SDR waterfall instead of the front of my radio, which is cool. But yeah, we'll see how this works. New stuff. And what I bought, it was only, I think, $30.
Yeah, did you buy the kit? That kit, Jason, that had the RTO, SDR.RTO with the little antenna and the USB cable, the whole enchilada thing?
Yes, yeah, that's the one. I was talking to Mike about it, because it's definitely been on my mind, and he's brought it up before. Instead of just recording this how I've been, so people that are curious, it's an RTL-SDR blog, B-L-O-G. And yeah, it's a USB, and then it's got an SMA out. And I think I'm going to probably utilize a cable, like a USB cable, because I don't know if I just want it sticking there right next to the computer. I might move it a little bit away with a USB extension cable. But yeah, it comes with some silly tripods and suction cups or whatever. But I'm kind of curious how the telescopic bit works with, essentially it looks like you're building kind of a dipole.
Yeah, I agree with you on the USB. I ordered some USB extensions, ordered some like 3 foot and 5 foot, because my computer was on the ground and, or 2 or 3 feet away. And when I went to the swap meet, there was a guy that had a big pile of cable. One end had SMA on it, the other end was just random stuff. They whacked it off. So he sold me the whole pile for $5. So